In this video, I'm going to be talking about image quality and whether it's a good idea to shoot JPEG images or maybe RAW images. Hi, Paul here from Photo Genius. Now, if you are new to this channel, I post regular videos designed to help you get better results from your digital cameras. Tutorials, tips, tricks, and occasional reviews. So please consider subscribing. Now, I've just completed a weekend of photography workshops here in Brisbane, and there was a topic that came up in conversation a couple of times, and therefore I thought I'd cover it in this week's video. And this was the topic of image quality. Now, attending one of the workshops, I had this lovely lady who was there to learn how to get more from her camera just before heading off around Europe for an amazing holiday. And she was hoping to return from her holiday and have some great images that she could then print and hang on her walls around her house. And this is where image quality becomes really, really important, because if you haven't got your camera set up correctly, your images may look amazing on the LCD screen on the back of the camera, but when you see them on maybe a bigger screen, or worse still, if you print them on a large scale, they may not look so good. So I think this is a topic we definitely need to discuss. Now, I really like to get the best results from a camera like this, and I do appreciate that you may have no intentions of printing images, but I'm assuming that you want to get good results as well. You want your pictures to look good, whether you're viewing them on the LCD screen, maybe your phone, iPad, desktop computer, or even TV set. So I'm going to talk you through the camera settings, and we're going to be featuring a Nikon camera first, and in a few moments a Canon camera. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at the Nikon camera. The Nikon camera I'm featuring in this video is the D3500, but this of course should work on any current Nikon model. Turning the camera on, I can tell by looking at the LCD screen what sort of image quality I'm shooting at the moment. And I'm going to start with the what is generally the factory default setting, which is fine, large JPEG images. Now, we're going to be talking JPEGs first. In a moment, we'll talk about RAW images. Now, JPEG is a standard format. It's the same out of a Nikon as a Canon, Sony, Olympus, and so on. And it is for most people the preferred way of shooting. But when you shoot JPEG images, you need to know that the image is compressed. Basically, fancy word for meaning that when you take a picture, some of the original data, some of the information is removed to make the image smaller. This means you can get more photos on the card. But what you can do is you can choose how much the image is compressed by, and Nikon generally break it down into three options: fine, normal, or basic. Now, looking at the screen, I can see that I'm shooting fine resolution JPEG images, and looking at the counter, according to this, there's enough room on the card for 929 images at the fine resolution. Now, if I press the I button on the back of the camera, which allows me to make some changes, I navigate over to quality, click on fine, and choose normal, which is a lower resolution. What I'll see now is that my images jump up. I've now got room to take 1,800 images, and that's because the images are now lower resolution. So although the images are lower resolution, the plus is I can get more images on the card. If I go back to the camera, press the I button again and change normal to basic, this is the lowest resolution, and this means that I can now shoot 3,500 images. Now, whilst it may be great that I can now take 3,500 images on this SD card, really what you're sacrificing in terms of image quality makes, for me, the whole thing pointless. Plus, SD cards are pretty cheap these days. I'll put some links below the video for some good deals on SD cards. So my advice is, if you want to get more from your camera, just make sure that this one is set to fine. Now, on the Nikon cameras, as well as being able to change and affect the image quality, which is all to do with compression, you can also change the image size, which, you've guessed it, is all to do with the dimensions or the size of the image. Again, the quick way to get to this is to press the I button, select image size, and there's three options. Pretty straightforward: large, medium, or small. Again, if you really want to get the most from your camera, I would probably set this to large. Okay, so let's get rid of the Nikon for now, and now let's look at a Canon camera. Now, to get to image quality on the Canon cameras is very easy. You press the Q button, you go to image quality, and again there are a bunch of different options just like on the Nikon, starting with large. High quality images is the first option, and that again is the factory default. This, according to Canon, means that you can print A2 size images. I haven't got an A2 image to show you, but it's pretty good, and according to the camera there's enough space on here for 2,242 images. I can also shoot large standard, which is still high quality but a smaller file size. Again, I can shoot up to A2, but now I can shoot over 4,000 images. Next is the M option, which is medium, and this, according to Canon, I can print now A3 size images, and I have got an example of this. This is a print that I did myself a few years ago, and this is an A3 size print, and as you can see, it's a pretty decent size. Now, at the medium quality, I can now shoot over 8,000 images. And next to that is the S for small. There's a few different options here. And if I select small by pressing again Q, I now can take over 10,000 images on the memory card. So look, just like with the Nikon, the lower the resolution, the lower the image quality, the lower the image size, the more photos you're going to get on your card. But is that really a big bonus? It's usually just easier to pick up another card. You got it. So again, it's entirely up to you here, but just make sure you've got the settings set for, or to get the best results that you can from the camera. So my recommendation is to go large. Now, when you're changing your image settings, you will of course see another option, and this is the option to shoot RAW images. Now, I've done another video all about JPEG versus RAW. I'll put a link up here and also in the description below the video, and I highly recommend checking that one out. But let's go over some of the basics. Advantages of shooting JPEG are these. JPEG is a standard format, so it's the same out of a Canon as it is a Nikon, Sony, Fujifilm camera or whatever. And that means that you can view your images straight away on your computer, laptop, TV, iPad, iPhone and so on. Plus, of course, the image files can be shared to social media. The other big bonus, as we found out, is that you get lots of pictures on the memory card. Even shooting at large resolution settings, JPEG on this camera, I'm able to shoot over 2,000 images. So that's pretty cool. RAW is completely different. Now, when you set your camera to shoot RAW images, your images will not be compressed. So RAW image basically means that you get all the raw data. So all the information that is generated by the camera when you take a picture is stored on the card. No compression, no loss of data, and nothing is processed in camera. So that means your file sizes will go up considerably, and of course you'll get less pictures on the card. Also, there is no standard RAW format. So this does mean that if you shoot RAW, you may not be able to view your images straight out of camera on a computer. You may need to buy some software, and I would recommend Adobe Lightroom or even Photoshop. But whilst the file sizes may be a lot bigger, and while you may need to invest in some software, you do have more control over the image, and of course you can print much bigger because the file size is huge in comparison. Let's take a look. With the camera set to record high quality JPEG images, we have enough space on the card for over 2,000 images. Selecting, however, the RAW option, and because the RAW images are much bigger files, this really drops to just 596. Now, as I've already said, I've done a separate video all about RAW. I do recommend checking it out, and you'll find a link below this video. RAW isn't for everybody. Professionals shoot RAW. I like to shoot RAW, and I think the more you get into your photography, the more you're going to want to get from your camera. So the RAW format is definitely one to consider. Now look, maybe you're not quite ready to edit images. Maybe you're not quite ready for RAW, but you want to cover all the bases. Well, these cameras can also shoot JPEG and RAW simultaneously, which basically means that when you press the button and take a picture, your camera writes a JPEG version of the image to the card and a RAW version of the image to the card. Of course, this means that the number of pictures you can get on the card is going to drop significantly, but it may be an opportunity for you to start amassing a little collection of RAW images for when you're finally ready to make that step into editing your images. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, at a recent workshop that I held here in Brisbane, I had a lady who wanted to print images taken with her digital camera, but she didn't realise that her camera was set up to record low resolution images. Now, had she returned from her amazing trip around Europe to find that when she tries to print these images, they look really pixely and nasty, that would have been a big disappointment. But thankfully, I was able to set her camera up correctly for her. And that's why I wanted to make this short video. Check out your camera, make sure you're shooting at the image quality that suits you. I always go for the highest quality, but obviously it's entirely up to you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget you can leave any questions, comments or suggestions down below. I hope to see you again sometime soon. See ya. Bye.